The Trump administration sues the state of California over immigration.
And today, U.S. Attorney Jeff Sessions laid out his department's battle plan against the state while on the state's turf. And
CBS 2's Jeff Vaughn is here now with a sanctuary showdown that just got more serious, Jeff.
Yeah, Pat, Rick, this showdown could go all the way to the Supreme Court. For the past 14 months now, the Trump administration has been on the defensive as California and other states pounced on the president's crackdown on undocumented immigrants. Today, the man charged with enforcing that crackdown went on the offensive.
It cannot be the policy of a great nation to up and reward those who unlawfully enter its country with legal status, Social Security, welfare, food stamps, work permits, and so forth. How can this be a sound policy?
And with those words, Attorney General Jeff Sessions, the nation's top law enforcer, revealed why his department is suing California.
California absolutely, it appears to me, is using every power it has, powers it doesn't have, to frustrate federal law enforcement. So you can be sure I'm going to use every power I have to stop that.
Here are the 3 state laws the Justice Department believes are unconstitutional. Assembly Bill 450, which prohibits private employers from voluntarily cooperating with federal immigration officials. Senate Bill 54, which restricts state and local law enforcement from voluntarily providing information to federal immigration authorities about the release date of removable criminal aliens who are in their custody. And Assembly Bill 103, which imposes a state-run inspection and review of the federal detention of undocumented immigrants held in facilities pursuant to federal contracts.
For the chief law enforcement of the United States to come out here and engage in a political stunt, make wild accusations, many of which are based on outright lies, that's unusual.
Governor Brown wasn't the only one blasting Sessions. State Attorney General Javier Becerra, who has challenged the Republican administration's policies more than 24 times in court, says he's ready for this fight.
All people deserve humane treatment, and they deserve due process under the laws and Constitution of the United States.
Protesters on both sides of the debate say they're also ready for a fight.
We're a nation of immigrants. We're all from another country. So where do they draw the line? How do they decide who gets to come in and who doesn't?
Governor Jerry Brown later demanded Sessions apologize to Californians for bringing the, quote, mendacity of Washington to this state. Pat, back to you.
All right, thank you, Jeff. Local officials didn't waste time or words delivering a message to Sessions about his suit. CBS 2's Dave Lopez is live in downtown L.A. with their reaction. Dave.
Well, Pat, it is a legal showdown that, quite frankly, many politicians, when President Trump was first elected, told me they expected to happen. Well, it's happened.
It's hugely Latino. It's hugely Spanish-speaking.
Not to mention the largest Mexican population outside of Mexico City. And City Council member Gil Cedillo says this city has done everything to protect that immigrant population. And about the lawsuit today, filed by Attorney General Jeff Sessions?
Well, good luck. They failed miserably. Thank God that we have a U.S. Constitution.
All around City Hall, reaction was swift.
What Attorney General Sessions indicated this morning in his speech was appalling and outright full of lies.
We're going to do all we can, whether it's in the state legislature or in Los Angeles, to defend our immigrant population.
And that is why, months ago, the city of Los Angeles declared itself a city of sanctuary. That's why Sacramento declared the state a sanctuary state, and that is at the heart of the Sessions lawsuit.
California has to blink or they're going to lose money. Keep in mind, the federal government, they have the National Guard, and they have every right to come in here and start arresting elected officials if necessary.
Arthur Schopper is a member of the L.A. County for Trump.
We have the law on our side. We have the facts on our side.
I think California is on solid legal footing.
Mike Fuhr, city attorney for Los Angeles.
This lawsuit is just another effort by the Attorney General to express his disdain for immigrants.
Off camera, L.A. Police Chief Charlie Beck issued this statement, quote, "We are in compliance with all laws. We do not believe that this lawsuit will affect the LAPD in any of its operations."
Law enforcement agencies, municipalities up and down the state of California continue to work with federal agents on those specific cases.
And from the LA County Sheriff's Department, quote, "This does not change our policies or practices. This department does not ask about immigration status of anyone." And critics of this lawsuit point out to the Trump record in lawsuits.
Every step they have taken has been undermined by one court after another across the United States.
And when I asked a number of politicians and legal experts, what if the Session lawsuit prevails in court? What if California loses? What then? The response unanimously from all those, not going to happen.